We haven't taken 11 years yet, but we know this journey has been a while. But the good thing is they're back on course and it's going to happen. But before I go further, I'd like to introduce the distinguished gentlemen in the room here in this meeting. To my immediate right is Mr. Israel Ebo, National President of NANTA.
Thank you very much. Welcome you all to this meeting. So thank you now. How will you?
To my immediate left is the CEO, Managing Director, President, Chairman. Mr. Tony Ojo is representing Tosco.
Thank you very much. Also, so glad to be here. We're so glad to have you. Thank you.
All right. We see those of you online, we're expecting more people to join. I see people, I see Ola, I see Sheyi, and I say thank you for joining in. Wherever corner of the world you are, thank you for making our time to be with us. It's here in Nigeria, we are safe, and we're glad that you're safe enough to join from wherever you are. Quickly, also here, sorry, before I forget myself, is Mr. Deji, who represents Alpha Seat. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Okay. Straight to the point. I'd like to introduce Akete to us, but I just need to say to us, well, 5 years, Akete, we all entered, everyone who's in this meeting is aware of the playwriting competition, which was flagged off a couple of years, and which was supposed to have happened before now. But you know what happened in our world? You know, there was COVID, guys, all kinds of things. And our world as we knew it. Are we still on? No. You're still on. You are on. All right. Yes, you might be outside the country, but that's a good confirmation to you that we're still in Nigeria, and NEPA has just done their thing. So we want to kick in the generator and we'll pick it up from there. Thank you. Is it stopping you?
Yes. When I snap my son, we start clearly.
No, the Insta will come. Sorry, we are online. We are online. Yes, we are still on.
We should continue?
Yeah, we can let them on like what we are on. We are still on. We
it's always good to know where it's on the people need to have all of this conversation about water.
All right. Sorry, that was the usual. NEPA, we are working on it after several attempts and whatever. We'll get it right. Don't worry. So I was saying to us that yes, the playwright, and you guys responded to the call of NANTA, and we were very proud of you and the quality of work that you learned in. And that has been one of the driving forces in us saying that against all odds, Akete the Theatre Festival will continue to hold. Because when we read some of the plays that you guys sent in, we felt we should let all that work go to waste. There were times, that the idea has been rooted for the festival to be shelved altogether. But we are resilient, we are determined, and we're saying that irrespective of what the odds are, and the festival will go on. And that's why we said, okay, as stakeholders in this, as critical stakeholders, you guys, the playwrights, are the real first partakers in the festival, because it's your work, it's your product, it's the plays that you written that are going to be performed. So we thought it was also essential that we interface with you and bring you up to speed in terms of where we are at. Yes, we know where the world is right now. We know that the economic downturn, how things have been, and without mincing words, the first casualty was entertainment. Okay, the first casualty of COVID was entertainment. Moment to say people can't go into theaters, can't go to see plays, can't go to see concerts, can't gather together. We've taken livelihood away from us. We've taken the very life of theater away, because theater thrives on that exchange between the audience and the performer. And that's what COVID came to destroy. So we've got to recalibrate. We've gone to re-strategize. We've gone to rethink the festival. And it's not going to be the festival as we originally conceived it anymore. We're going to do a rescaled version of it, scaled down version of it. But for us to be able to go ahead with that, we thought we needed to get your buy-in. We thought we needed to get your buy-in, like I said, as critical stakeholders. So we'll give you time at some point to have a feedback. It's not going to be a one-way communication. It's going to be a dialogue between you and us. But we're saying this is what has happened. Between COVID, between the economic realities of this time, it's more difficult for sponsors to get sponsors. The scale of sponsors we wanted, those who were willing to give you 10,000 naira and not offering you 1,000 if they are giving you money at all. Those who promised you 5,000 in the past are saying there is no money to give anymore. And all of that is happening, and we're saying, what do we do? We're creative people, we're theater artists. If we hold a heart-to-heart with the playwrights and every stakeholder in the sector, we should be able to find a way forward. And that is what that is the purpose of this meeting. At the purpose of this meeting, and that's the interface we want to have with you. I want to also put on record those of you who have responded, because you are in this meeting because you have responded to the mails that were sent out notifying you about the fact that Akete is back. It's not everybody that has responded. We don't know why some haven't. For you that have responded, we thank you and we're grateful, because it means that our high hopes in stakeholders in this sector is not misplaced. Fine. Having said that, that's about it so far. And I'm glad to let you also know that the Lagos State government is part of this. Our resolve to continue with the festival has also found favor on their side, and they are also willing to go with us all the way. How be it not at the level we thought it was going to be initially, at a scaled down level. So because scaling down is coming from everywhere, sponsors, supporters are everywhere, it won't just make sense that we scale down festival, not just in number of days, not just in duration, not just in scope, but also even in the nitty-gritty, the prize to be won, and all of the festival itself needs to be rescaled down. But before we rescale it, it comes to one thing, a few things to be there, right? So there's like this right money, the beginning of the perform, and that performance. I guarantee you, not that guarantees you that there will be publication of the play, not that guarantees that there will be performance of the play, not that guarantee that there will be price. However, it's and look at it, we scaled down price this time. It's not what was initially, if you understand where we're coming from. That is the conversation, because you have your body to go on in that direction, then we'll go on with the festival as planned. If not, we may have to rethink. Thank you. I think we should hear from you. Hear from you if you're there. Indicate, and then we can take on, and we can hear
Get back to
your
you
opinion so far.
by Monday, Tuesday. And when you go, you see one lady, she sits in the middle. One person, one lady is on the left hand, but she's in the middle, and the other one by the other side. Her name is Florence.
So there is noise from our background.
Florence, I go meet her.
No, the person we could meet, okay, it is Florence, but the person we could meet, the lady, it's better you meet Florence. Because Florence, I should give me that form.
There is noise in the background, so they can't hear us clearly. There is noise in the background.
When I feel like finish, you say the thing when I write.
Somebody raise their hand, so let's take our answer. Okay, I take that one after the other.
Yeah, I should feel it.
That's your life. No.
So, I thought I sent you home. Check. For the validation.
But you don't get a number to call her.
I'm just looking, I think I get a number. But I think said she gave me the number of what.
So can we let them who is that? Okay, therefore, can we hear you please? Okay, go after they go will be real and they go first. Let's take the go first.
Okay.
They were on speak.
I hope I'm online. I'm on now.
Yes, you're on now. We can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to say it's been a while because I remembered I was looking at my mail and I discovered that this was supposed to have happened 2017. And but we thank God we're in 2022 and we are still alive. So we give God the praise for that. But having said that, what I just want to say now is that if people are not actually talking because there's so much noise and some mics are on, so there's a lot of distraction and it makes it very difficult for us to hear Mr. Austin. So please, anybody that is online, please let them mute their mic if they're not talking or if they're not contributing anything. So it will help us a lot to hear. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Timo. Please, everyone online, please, just so we hear ourselves very well. If you're online, kindly mute yourself, and then when you want to speak, indicate by raising your hand, and we'll call on you to speak so that we all can hear ourselves better. I'm having Dylan now. Thank you, Dylan. Okay, William from UK. Oh, sorry. Okay. William, please, let's hear your contribution.
We can't hear anymore.
Lost time. Have we lost William? Okay. Please, because of Deborah's comment, do I need to go over what I said earlier? If that's the general consensus from everybody online, please just indicate. Let's know if I need to go over the comments I made earlier. Is it necessary, or did you guys hear me well enough? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. I'll quickly go over that. Like Deborah himself pointed out, it's been some 5 years or more our journey with Akete. And then the issue is, yes, we're supposed to have come on, festival was supposed to have held then, but it didn't hold. Then the major issue in the world happened, which was COVID. And COVID came with all kinds of things, changed the reality of how we live our lives, how we do business, how we interact with ourselves. And I did say that the first casualty of COVID was us, entertainment, theater. First of all, because we thrive by bringing people together. If there is no audience, there is no theater. If there is no theater goer, there is no performance, literally. Even though we try to look for new ways of expression, like doing drive-through theater and all those things we experimented with during that period of time. But we know a festival like Akete couldn't hold because we weren't allowed to gather. But beyond the actual direct effect of COVID, is the economic reality that it has brought upon the world. Nigeria, Lagos, where we are, because we find that they're not going to say that inflation is out there. Businesses are suffering, some are barely getting by. And like I said, those who have promised, some of those who promised that they were going to be with Akete through thick and thin have dropped off. Some of them have stopped business entirely. Some who promised they are going to do 20,000, like for example, are now at the point of 1,000 or 2,000. So, but because of the resilience of the leadership of Nanta, because of the resilience of the team behind Akete, and the commitment to ensuring that all the hard work that has been done does not go to nothing. We have resolved that the festival will continue, and we have continued to press and push until we get something. Now we are at a point where something is looking doable, and so we're going to hold the festival later this year. However, the festival will not happen at the scale we originally planned, for the reasons I've mentioned. That you need to rescale the festival, not just in terms of duration, not just in terms of scope, also in terms of price, in terms of money. The money to be spent on the festival is not what we envisioned 5 to 7 years ago. Nobody's willing to put that money down. That's the reality we find ourselves in. And then because Akete, this is our first incarnation of Akete. People are more likely to put money on things, on brands that already existed, that they've tried and tested. So it's an additional challenge for us. But hey, we are tempted. We say the show must go on either way, and it must go on. And indeed, it is going on. But there's no way it goes on if we do not interface with you. You're the first stakeholders in Akete in that. What the festival is about is causing new plays, which you guys have written, to emerge. This plays will be, when play will be published, and this play will be performed. So you're the first stakeholder. It's your play that will be performed, it's your play that will be published. So we thought, no matter how resolute we are to go on with Akete, it's just fair and proper that we visit those who responded to the first phase of the project, which are the playwrights, who guys submitted plays then. When Akete had no form of holiness, like they say you submitted, you trusted in Nanta, you trusted in the process. So it's only fair that if we're going to rescale the project, if we're going to scale it down, that we come back to you and say, this is why we are doing this. And we trust, we hope that we get your buy-in to time with us, and then we can together deliver this festival in the last quarter of this year. those are, in a nutshell, that was the comments I made earlier. So that I introduced the president of NANTA to my right, Mr. Tolu, president of NANTA, Mr. Israel Ebo FCA, Mr. Tunde Ojo, head of Touchstone, Mr. DJT FTA, forgive my manners. And of course, there is Mr. Richard, who's FTA. So that's the introduction. In a nutshell, that's what I said. I hope the audio and communication is better now and you can hear me. If you're on the same page, please just indicate by raising your hand so we know we're moving on together. Very much. Just wanted to confirm so that we're not doing a monologue. That's what it is. So that's in a nutshell what this meeting is about. Bring you up to speed. But first, like I said earlier, let's hear from you now that you have heard the initial comments and that we made. If you have any responses, if you have any questions, you'll be good to ask them. Just indicate, raise your hand, indicate, and then you will be told to unmute so you can ask your question. Who's the first person? All right, Jacobus, please, you can unmute and let's hear your comments.
Okay. Hello. I hope I can be. Am I heard?
You can hear you. I can hear you, Jacobus. Go on.
Yes. I mean, what I think all of us here would like to know is what is the plan for the future? I mean, that's really, we know that the festival didn't hold. For those of us who submitted, it was a pity. We actually never heard anything. It would have been nice to have been told that the festival was canceled or could not hold, but it was just dead blank, you know, and that was quite annoying to say the least, you know. I've only just found this email in my spam, luckily, a few minutes before 12 o'clock. Wow. So, yes, so I think basically why we are here, I think, is just what is going to happen 1, 2, 3, so we know, and then we know what to do, okay? We've accepted the reasons, so we just need to have a clear idea of what is going to happen from now on. Thank you, that's my question.
Fantastic, fantastic. First off, apologies for just keeping quiet over that period. But I can tell you why. Why is because, like, you know us in Nigeria, we don't give up. We hope against hope. We're pressing doors, we're knocking on doors. And we're hoping that people will respond. You're getting promises and you're being posted, and you're telling come back, and you're coming back, and you're doing that, and then time is going. I just say that as an aside, but the truth of the matter is apologies that we didn't get back to you all that period. And thank God you checked your spam, because if you check your spam, you still have able to join us today. And to answer your question straight ahead, if you got the mail, if you read that mail, the festival is going to happen last quarter of this year, between September and October, realistically. It's going to, that when festival will happen. What we have also done, we know some of you wrote plays based on the time. And that's why we've said it won't be fair to then judge those plays just based on that time. So we created a window and said, if you want to revisit your play, re-edit your play, you're free to do that and resubmit the same play. What we won't take is fresh plays altogether. But we said everybody who wants to edit their play or update their play to the realities of Lagos at this time, our festival remains 100% Lagos-centric. We are all about Lagos, past, present, future of Lagos, whichever dimension you're coming from, fantastic. But we are giving opportunity if you want to reveal and take your play, and if you also think your play is good enough the way it is, you don't need any adjustment, fantastic. No need to rewrite, it's not compulsory. But we're just looking at giving the things that have happened. Some people who want to retouch their plays, it's a good window. But again, the key thing is to say apologies that we didn't get back to you all that while. It wasn't deliberate. It was just that meet today, they tell you come back in 2 weeks. And you wanted to always report positive anyway. You wanted to let people know we're doing this. At no time, faith was shaking there and there, but like I said, the resolve is there to go through with this all the way. So the festival will hold after this meeting, and we get confirmation, everybody buys in and all of that, then we'll activate the next phase of the festival, which is the judging of the entries. The College of Judges will then set to work to judge all entries that all playwrights are willing to say, let it continue in the context, in the context for the playwriting competition. And when the winners emerge, first, second, and third place, when the winners emerge, then we activate the next phase of that, which will be performance, of course, rehearsal, getting the directors, getting the producers, who will then come on board and produce those plays and stage them. You know, we're talking with Glover and on a couple of other places where the festival itself will happen. Of course, key to that is the publication and the publishing of the winning play. It's part of what was promised, and we thought, we think that is the most important component of all, and get this place archived, published, so that next generation, generations after us, can see this, can read them, can learn, can know about Lagos, can understand what you had in mind, the vision you had as a playwright when you wrote the play. So again, when it comes to time, I say apologies, we were quiet, radios intervening years. Ola, welcome, please. You can unmute and then ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I'm quite happy that this is happening because I remember quite a number of times I tried to reach out to know the updates as regards the Akete, playwriting festival. And when I got the mail, I was so happy, and I responded. So actually, the question I wanted to ask was asked by the person who talked earlier. Now that we are back, what's the next line of action? And then for the mail that I got, that was like two or 3 days ago. At the moment, I'm not in Lagos. I'm in Abuja doing 1 or 2 things, being very, very busy. But I even thank God that I am free to have this, to be part of this Zoom meeting today. I was thinking I would be somewhere that would be full of activities and all that. But as God would have it, I have a little break to be part of this meeting. Some of us who, let me speak for myself now, to go through my play again. When I saw the time frame of, revisiting your play and submitting it, but I was just too fixed to say, let me revisit it and look at it again. But that's not a problem. What I submitted is not time bound. It has to do with history, so that's not an issue. But I'm just happy that it is back. What I would just appeal for is let's be having periodic updates on what is happening. You told us now that after this phase, the plays will be judged and the first, second, third. So let's have periodic updates as time goes on. Then again, maybe at the end of this meeting, we can have maybe a summary of the conclusion of this meeting, maybe sent to us and all that, so that, because I could still see some of the people online saying that the audio is not clear. I don't know why from their own end, but at least the second time you address that, I could hear you clearly, so that we can be updated. We'll take too long on this, but for now, we should be updated and know the next line of action. But I'm happy that this development is happening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ola. Thank you for your contribution. And I'll just write on your question to also notify. A few things are going on. I'll just notify that one of the things we have also said to do, just to address and bridge the gap between you and us, is to create, and we didn't want to do that without notifying you guys again. We're going to create a WhatsApp broadcast group, in which we're going to add everyone who wants to go on with us in this new arrangement, so that information can reach you per time. I know some people our habits are checking mails are different, and some people don't check their mails as regularly as others. So we're hoping that if we're able to do add it to the WhatsApp platform, the WhatsApp broadcast platform, where news can come to you on a weekly basis. In fact, as the need arises, as things happen and we need to be updated, we update you. So we're also putting that in place to bridge the gap of communication. We put our hands up to say we haven't done too well in communication. So please, I hope you get your pardon. Also, please, you can unmute and then make a comment.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah. I want to say thank you for getting us together and getting us once more informed about what's happening about our plays. When I received the mail, I was actually elated, but somehow it was too long a time and I had concerns when I got the mail. And I think the second speaker rightly spoke out my mind. The time frame we're asked to rework on our plays and resubmit. It's been 5 years, and I think some of us as writers have probably gone beyond where we were as writers back then. And then there's a lot of input we could put into our play and make it more better, And I think since 5 years has also passed, for someone like me, I'm speaking for myself now, I couldn't actually get the file that I initially wrote. Even my backup, I couldn't find it. I sent a follow-up mail when I got this mail that if it's possible, I'll be appealing to the festival to send the draft we sent. And also, if it's possible, I'm also appealing if it could be extended, because I think the writing process will take some time if we want to make our plays better. Given the point I raised earlier that we might have progressed as writers in our course of writing over time. So we want to do better with our plays. If it's something that can be done, I'm appealing to the festival, particularly, that they should give us more time. At least a month is sufficient.
Also, I hear you loud and clear. I'll consult with the president of NANTAP and everybody. The consensus is on the table to give an extension, because some people didn't see the bill early enough. That's fine. We want a common ground. We don't want to be unfair. Yeah. So I don't know if we can do 1 month. I don't know, because the judges will require time to judge. The play will require time to be rehearsed. All of that, and there's a process to things. And we want to deliver the festival this year unfailingly. We don't want to move the festival to an election year. Next year is election year. Let's do our festival and deliver our festival, and then we can have something to march forward to. But like I said, there's a consensus for an extension, but how long that extension will be, I do not know. As for sending your script back to you, that is absolutely doable. If anybody has that challenge and wants their play sent back to them in case you can't find your original manuscript, please indicate it's absolutely doable. You send a copy you submitted to the festival office. We send back to you, be mailed back to you, so you can do the work and the edits and the rewrites you need to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Austin.
All right. President wants to deal with it as it evolves. So whether one wants it able or not, just give us 2 minutes to put heads together, and then we'll get back to you. So we don't. Well, to the extent that you asked for. That's all. Thank you.
You have a call.
Yes. All right. I'm sorry we're back. And consensus says that effective tomorrow, every writer will have 2 weeks to do whatever you want to do on your play. Edit, rework, whatever. But it has to be the same. And if you want your play back, please indicate today so that the play can be sent back to you. So you can kindly mute, please. We're getting feedback from some of you.
Yeah, that's it. If possible, one more.
Hey, hi, good afternoon. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Emeka. Go ahead.
Okay. So the last two speakers communicated what I wanted to ask. So I'm not going to take much of our time, but I think that because it's in 5 years and because of how long the writing process takes, right? Is it fair that we are not judged? I mean, the plays are not judged based on the time they were written, because even if you do give us, some time to rework our plays to fit into, whatever it is the climate is right now. I mean, the process is still not as easy as it sounds. I mean, is it fair that the plays are not actually being judged based on the time they were written, or should that not be the case? That's what I wanted to ask.
Shall we start from Shakespeare, which is fairness? So I'm not going to go ahead into fairness or not fairness. But truth of the matter, I just brought out a level playing field. I have an issue even 5-10 years ago when the playwriting competition was announced. It was made clear you can write about the past, present, or even your future Lagos. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. What we're just giving is room. I mean, let me say it's 5 years, it's been a while. 5 years is a while. If you want to, is 2 weeks fair enough for a review? I don't know, some writers will say it's too much, some will say it's too short. Because when the news catches you, the work of 5 years can be done in 5 hours. And when the news meets you, the work of 5 minutes can be done in 10 years. So it's come. I'm not saying it is or that, but just because we have the timeline we need to work with, there are other components of the festival that needs to come on stream. unfortunately, they are tied to this end of it. So it's not like you're reciting the alphabet. You can't start from B. You can't start from C. There must be A before we go to B. A in this Akete, the theater festival, A is the playwriting competition. The plays must emerge first before any other thing can happen. I'm sorry that puts unnecessary pressure on us, but hey, you guys are creative. You guys are right, and you guys have the genius. Your narratives, you're the Shakespeare's, you're the Brechts, and you're everything that the writer is. So do your thing. Right? Some of you told you your play even then in less than 2 weeks, some of you in 3 days, some of you whatever. Because when you go back and check the backlog of whatever that came in, some of you wrote, because from reading what some of you wrote, you can tell you wrote contemporary and it didn't take you that long to write. So please, I'm not saying that it's one way or the other. I'm just saying, please understand with us. 2 weeks, make the most of it. Do whatever adjustment you need to do. And hopefully you'll be proud of the work you've done. President just wants to add something to that.
I just want to add this. It's a festival. The festival is meant to capture Lagos. I want to believe that even those who may have written plays on the future of Lagos, no one could have prophesied that there was going to be COVID. Now, because it's a festival about Lagos, it also means that some of the words, particularly those who may write about the present, must reflect present realities. The realities of 2017 are not the realities of today. And we will not be doing history, social affairs, any justice if at the end of the festival, no aspect of current realities or contemporary realities or globally and the ones that are affecting Lagos are reflected in a festival which is recent. This also informed the decision of the organizers of Akete to create a window. For us, again, we must realize that some of us may feel that our play is as good as it is. So it is not as if we are compelling everyone. But again, like Austin said, you are not expected to rewrite the play. Update, edit. Like someone rightly said, most of you have gone beyond where you were in 2017. So you are more experienced in writing plays. Let's consider this as a commissioned work that you have a time frame within which to deliver. So please work within that time. We're not going to task you when you waited this long. Try and take advantage of this window, no matter how short, to make what you're doing better than it was when you submitted in 2017.
Any other question? I think finally we hear a lady. Speak to us, please. Unmute and speak to us. After this, they will take you ID. Yeah. I think you have the floor.
Hello?
You can hear us on mute and you can speak to us. We can't hear you if you are talking already. You will need to unmute.
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Okay, good afternoon, sirs. Thank you so much for this meeting. I'm sorry my voice is cracked. I have a bit of a cold. My name is Adeze Ibechuko, and like everyone else, I was surprised to have received the mail, although I was at first contacted via Twitter. Unfortunately, at the time I was confused and I thought I was getting a scam message. So I did a little back and forth when I was asked for my email. It's been nearly 7 years and I honestly didn't remember because I've written so much, since then. But I searched through my archives and then I remembered. However, after all that is said and done, I'd like to find out what the prize money is at the moment. You mentioned at the start of the meeting and also in the email that Akete is forced to rescale this prize money. So can I ask how much the prize money is right now? Because I remember that as at that time, it was at, I think, 8.5 million for the winning prize and then some other amounts for the second and third prizes. Thank you.
Is that I love you? Your eyes on the money.
Yes. Eyes on the prize, please. Eyes on the prize.
Fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic. Realize, I don't think originally the prize was 8.5 for the winning play. The conference was not like you get the winning play, you get 8.5 million naira. No. There's a publishing, there's performance and all of that. And there were also prizes. The total prize money was that because first runner-up will get something, third runner-up will get something. So it wasn't a winner takes all kind of thing as far as the money was concerned. And I answer your question straight. Yes, there'll still be money. I said it initially, there'll still be money given to winners, but it's been scaled down because sponsors scaled down everything. Economy is scaled down. Businesses are going. So now instead of 5 million naira for the winning play will win 2 million naira plus publishing plus performance. 2 million naira plus publishing plus performance. The first runner-up will win 1 million naira. The third runner-up will win 500,000 naira. The total naira money for the entire festival is the cash money that will exchange hands is 3.5 million naira. Winner taking 2 million, second person taking 1 million, and the third person taking 500,000 naira. The first play will be published and performed. So second play also and third. Second and third play will also be performed as part of the festival, as part of the Akete festival. So we're going to have 3 plays from amongst you that will be performed. The winning play, the first runner-up play, and the second runner-up play will be performed. The winning play will be published. The other 2 will not be published. We just want to be very clear. The winning play will be published, and then the winner will receive 2 million naira. So 2 million naira plus publication of the play plus performance of the play. Second runner-up, first runner-up, 1 million naira plus performance of the play. And second runner-up, the third place person, 500,000 naira plus performance of the play.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Please unmute and can have your time. And you can speak to us now. You have the floor.
Hello, everyone. Hi. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, is my voice faint? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So everyone has said a lot, and it's been quite helpful to hear this feedback. But my only question now is that do we know the criteria how the play will be judged? That would, for me personally, determine if I would like to re-edit or not. And do we know the duration for the play? So we are realistic with the length of our plays, and then we are not judged based on the fact that it doesn't fit into what you have in mind when you put out the call for entries. So the duration of the play, and do we know the criteria for being judged? Or yeah, I'll just hear from you. Thanks.
You don't know the criteria. Just like
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
The parameters, I'll take the broad parameters, and it was advertised earlier on. Lagos centered, Lagos centered.
Okay.
Lagos, that's a big, whichever way you want to express that, let your creative news, right? Yeah, you guys did that was fine. So the thing is, whether I'm scoring you on this or that, I'm not even in the judging panel. You know, there are seasoned writers who have been at it for endless years. You are aware that this festival is endorsed by our own Nobel laureate, Professor Wale Soyinka. So that says a lot to you, to the level of the process that we're going to be going through. The caliber of people who will be judging the plays. I haven't said Professor is judging the play. I will say to you that he endorsed Akete, as you will find.
Okay. That's interesting. My only question is for the duration now. So do we know the duration, the length?
Nobody should go call it prof and stopping this now. I clarified that he is not one of the but just it's going to be laugh where the other people are. There's still more tension everywhere. Especially as a moment of laughter. That's what it is.
Yeah. My other question was, do we know the duration? How long is the play supposed to last?
That play.
Okay. Fine.
That play. It's fine. Standard play run. It's a standard play run. And remember, we are going to put the play, your play will be performed before a paying audience. It's a standard play run. Please, the standard play run. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adeze. Leke, Leke, please unmute and let's hear your comments.
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
We'll talk after Leke. Leke, go on, please.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's actually nice to be here. Though I have a question regarding we playwrights now. How much of participation would you allow in the directing of the play itself? Let's say you get to win, you're one of the first three. How much of participation can you allow from the playwright in question? With regards to directing and staging, yeah.
Awesome question. And I also want to say one of the key elements of Akete Theatre Festival is entrenching professional practice, process of work. How should a theatre play be professionally produced?
Yeah.
That's what we are working with. So first and foremost, if your question is asking if you would want to direct or whether you want to direct, that's a different. There'll be a process open for directors to direct the plays. Directors, when many plays emerge, the play will be made public. If you're a director who's interested in directing one of those plays, read it and come and pitch for the directing of the play, because we need to entrench that culture. Because the fact is, if I take a play, you are writing a play and I misrepresent you 100%, do I qualify to direct that play?
No, you don't, of course.
So it's that professional thing. When we get there, that's why I said to you, this is like A. In the whole alphabet or this is letters of the alphabet. For this festival, playwriting competition is A. Once the plays emerge, it activates a whole lot of things, which was why we couldn't give more than 2 weeks extension when we said that. Please understand this. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Osas, please. On mute, you have the floor again.
My hand is in up, actually. I think it's from earlier, so I'm going to unraise my hand.
All right, thank you. Any other person raising hands? So please, we have cleared that. I want to reiterate again, we have to give 2 weeks from tomorrow, effective from tomorrow, 2 weeks. Everybody has 2 weeks. If you can't find your manuscript and you need us to send what you submitted initially back to you, please, you need to give us that information today, because that 2 weeks will start counting from tomorrow. 2 weeks after tomorrow, if you say you want to rework and the reworked version hasn't come in, we will judge you based on what we have in the archives that you submitted originally. Right? I think that it's important to clarify that. It's also important to clarify the new prizes. Winning prize is 2 million naira plus publishing of the play plus performance of the play. First runner-up is 1 million naira plus performance of the play. And the third place person will win 500,000 naira plus performance of the play.
2 weeks from now, I mean, from tomorrow is the 8th of June. Close of business. It's good that we put all of us together. June the 8th is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So, it's good to have clarity. All right. And close of business is when we are expecting that all these resubmission of existing plays, not fresh ones. Existing plays that were already submitted, that we're tweaking or reviewing, or people like edit what we submitted. Thank you.
But while we're going on the masquerade walk in, when you see him, you know him. He's the president of Mr. Daniel Makinde, FTA. Say hello to our leaders. Yeah. Okay. This is well the structure that I realize.
Well, all of you, what can I say? All has been put out there, but I sincerely congratulate you all, because this in itself is what you call teamwork. Even though we set out some 7-8 years ago to do this, and we reach out sincerely. We follow the fruits up until now. What we got it past weeks, and we told you, and you still find the time to talk to us on this. Also, the first job of any theater work is about the teamwork. Where the teamwork fails. So on this level, I say you're welcome once again. My call has been given out. 2 weeks, counting from tomorrow. I wish you all the best of luck.
Now you know why I remember Professor Willis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think every information is there. If there's anything you want clarified or there's something you want to feel have addressed, please feel free to put it out. Otherwise, to be calling this. Anybody? If you have any, if there's anybody who has any information you think you haven't covered, all right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate the fact that we called and responded. That type of grateful. Touchstone is grateful. The entire team of Akete thanks you for the ingenuity you bring that reflects in your work. And to say, may the best man, may the best woman. Thank you. And like I said earlier, we'll be waiting out our WhatsApp broadcast group so that information can get to you faster than it has done before. Thanks for joining us. All right, fine. You drop your WhatsApp number so that we can get them together and add you to that group. Thank you very much. God bless you all.